80% of what you think is driven from the body to the mind, not the mind to the body. What? Okay? So nothing's wrong with you, and other wonderful, well-intended thought work or mindset work that you've been working on, there's nothing wrong with it. It was just incomplete. Okay? Thoughts are so vital, so magical, so important. You're going to become a deliberate thinker. You're going to move through space and time, and the current way you think, you won't even be able to think that way anymore. Okay? Welcome to the School of Becoming podcast. I'm your host, Tracy Litt. I know that you know and believe that your thoughts are generating your reality. I know you believe that because you're a listener of this podcast. I also know that you don't fully believe it because if you did, you would think about what you think about. You would never believe a thought you think, and you would learn to become a deliberate thinker. And if you're already a mind magician through the School of Becoming, you have already got this on lock. I was interviewed recently, and I was asked if I ever have limiting thoughts. As I answered to her, I will answer to you. Yes, of course. Everyone has limiting thoughts, and at every level. The difference is that I don't ever believe those thoughts. And the interview happened to have taken place on a day where I had woken up that morning swirling with limiting thoughts, overwhelm, and doubt. So we are in the midst of scaling the School of Becoming, okay? Evaluating an expanding team, making decisions about creating new offers, cutting out old offers, simplifying to scale, identifying who the school is truly ideal for, the awareness of who I need to become now to hold that level of scale and that next level reality. It's just unknowns everywhere. So I woke up that particular morning and my mind was spinning so silly, saying thoughts like, is this really going to work, Trey? Are you sure? What if it doesn't work? What if it doesn't go where you want it to go? What if the current students are upset with the changes? Okay. I need you to be with me here because those things, those thoughts, those limiting thoughts, those examples were limiting thoughts that my mind was offering me. Okay. Limiting thoughts that my mind was offering me. Your thoughts are options, not facts. You need to stop being your mind's bitch. When you embody a woman who knows that her thoughts become things, that you become what you believe, when you are a mind magician, you understand what's happening in that exact moment. What you're moving towards is unknown. It's bigger than what you've experienced before. It's outside your zone of familiarity, your current identity. And your mind and nervous system have no evidence of you being safe in any of this, just like it doesn't for me. And when there's no evidence, there's no safe prediction. Be here. Your mind and nervous system are prediction-making machines. So if a prediction cannot be made, it is perceived as unsafe, it sounds the fear alarm, and boom, fear drives thoughts of limitation to show up. Now, luckily, my non-judgmental observer stepped in. You've heard me use the abbreviation NJO a lot here in the podcast, okay? So let me just give you a glimpse because it's something that we go deep into inside of Mind Magic. Your NJO is your non-judgmental observer. It is your ride or die. It is the hologram version of you that is non-judgmental. Hi, do you see how I'm leaning into that? Non-judgmental. And its sole purpose is to lovingly, non-judgmentally observe this and be able to go, psst, did you notice this? Psst, isn't it interesting that? So luckily in that moment where I just said, woke up in spinning, right? Woke up, nothing felt right in my body. The thoughts of limitation that I shared with you are spinning out. And then my NJO stepped in and she said, whoa, Trey, isn't that interesting? Look at all of those limiting thoughts. Huh. And notice, isn't that interesting? And then she said, what do you need? When my NJO asks me, what do I need? I'm asking two spaces. What do I need? I'm asking my body. And what do I need? I'm asking my she. Okay? Your she is the highest self, next level version of you that is currently acclimated, integrated, enjoying, loving, marinating, playing in that vision that you hold, right? In whatever this gorgeous next level is for you. So when I say, and I said that morning, what do you need? I was asking the body and I was asking my she. Okay. And in that exact moment, their answer was exactly the same. Okay. And the answer was get into your body. And the answer is always going to come in quick and easily. So what did that look like? Shaking, crying, moving, humming, breathing. Okay. Why is this so important when we're having basically a conversation about thoughts? So there's so many things coming through. Let me first say this. 80% of what you think is driven from the body to the mind, not the mind to the body. What? Okay. So nothing's wrong with you. And other wonderful, well-intended thought work or mindset work that you've been working on, there's nothing wrong with it. It was just incomplete. Okay. Thoughts are so vital, so magical, so important. You're going to become a deliberate thinker. You're going to move through space and time. And the current way you think, you won't even be able to think that way anymore. Okay. And recognizing, okay, I'm taking you back to my example because it's so important. I woke up spinning. I woke up with limiting thoughts. I woke up feeling the overwhelm, the meh, like the whole thing. You know it because I am you and you are me. And when my NJO helped me to recognize, whoo, Trey, isn't that interesting? Look at all that limitation. Okay. Next thing, what do you need? What do you need? Oh, I need to get whatever this is through my body. So I shake, cry, scream. This is my typical, like shake. Sometimes I'll tantrum on the floor, right? Whatever the body's asking for, you don't think. This is the interesting thing. The journey that we're on is about you doing far less thinking unless you're turning your mind on to be a deliberate thinker, to think the thoughts you need to think, to feel how you want to feel, and be who you want to be, and create what you want to create. Otherwise, this whole highly conscious woman being committed to evolution thing is about two main areas: the body and the universe. It's my word. You can call it God, you can call it source, you can call it greater intelligence, you can call it the cosmos, love it all. Okay. So as soon as I honored what I needed and I moved whatever was going on through my body, what do you think happened next? No, I didn't need to do any mindset work. You want to know why? Because the thoughts were clear. Because 80% of what you think is driven from the body to the mind, not the mind to the body. It's a bottom up, not a top down. So it wasn't, but one of the things I'm going to teach you how to stop doing is when something presents in the mind, you go like this, and I watch you do it. And if you're not a student yet, you will be eventually, because every one of you will be eventually. And you start to look up like in your brain, and then you're doing what Einstein says not to do, which is to use the same level of mind to shift or solve a problem. You can't do that, right? So it's not about going more up here, but that's what your system wants, because it feels scary to get into your body. It feels scary to go straight from, oh my God, all these thoughts of limitation. Who do I think I am? Blah, 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 which is totally fucking biologically appropriate. And instead of lamenting and overanalyzing and thinking about it more and calling a friend or asking your coach a question, and she's not trained by me, so she actually goes down the rabbit hole with you of what you're presenting, but you're dysregulated and it's inappropriate to even serve you at that level at that point. It feels counterintuitive because you haven't been taught how to run this show yet. But the answer is to go into the body. So I went into the body, and just as I said, and then all of a sudden it was like clear, and regulation came upon me, and I didn't have to do anything else. And I was able to go ahead and move about the cabin, if you will, and move about my day. And it was phenomenal. Yes, when you start your journey in the school with mind magic, which is your neuroidentity evolution, it's the first time you learn how to evolve with yourself, for yourself, guided by us. You master this just the way I did, because everything we teach, I embody first. And if I don't know it works, we don't teach it. So here's what I want you to know about thought for now. You are not your mind. You are the being with a mind. Your thoughts are options, not facts. A thought is simply a cell, an electrical pulse, an electrochemical reaction. Thoughts are energy, so you cannot afford to not think about what you're thinking about. You can rewire your brain to think at a completely new level of mind and not recognize your old self in the best way. When you evolve again into your next level, limiting thoughts are biologically appropriate when you're doing things that are outside your expanded zone of familiarity, like me scaling the school. Be guided by your body and the universe and only use your mind deliberately as the tool that it is. Monitoring a thought or attitude will cause a change in the firing pattern of your neurons. Hello, NJO. Being connected to your body creates awareness of how you're feeling and thus allows you to open and recognize what you are thinking and change it. Ah! So, shake it out. Three questions for you. What are you firing over and over and over again? Which means, what thoughts are you thinking over and over and over again? What thoughts of limitation are you believing as fact? When was the last time you listened to and trusted your body? Okay, journal those, meditate on them, enjoy them, but they're going to open you up beautifully. Now, I know that this episode has resonated. And if you are a woman who is committed to what you are creating and your legacy, to embodying your highest self and letting her lead, it is time for mind magic. And yes, no matter how much growth work, spiritual development, mindset work you've done, especially if you are a teacher like me, you have never experienced neuroidentity evolution through the School of Becoming. And I am pumped because I am delivering you this conversation right when we have enrollment open, and it's a very, very special enrollment window. And here's why. We always enroll for virtual semesters of Mind Magic in the School of Becoming. We typically run a spring, a summer, and a fall. Virtual semesters is how we have become who we are. It is a stunning, stunning hybrid experience where there's gorgeous, really dynamic, professionally recorded of me on stage teaching the methodology week over week, module by module. So it's me directly teaching you. And that's something that you watch at your own pace and stay on course with the class week over week. And then in the virtual semester, you also have weekly live group embodiment support sessions. So you learn how to embody your next level. Mind Magic is not a course. It's not a program. It's not a checklist. We actively teach you how to embody because we help put you back in your body. We teach you how to treat yourself like the frequency that you are. We teach you the biology of everything that's going on here so that you can dramatically shift your relationship with fear. We teach you about limitation, about the words that leave your lips, what it means to be in love with your nervous system and how to re-imprint it. It's incredible. And in the show notes, I'm going to put the syllabus along with the page. So during this enrollment window, we have spring virtual semester, 10 weeks long, and it starts March 3rd. Now, here's what's rare about this moment in time and why I wanted to just speak to it like this. You also have an option. And if you are someone who's like, no, I want you, Tracy, and I want you live. I wish I could be in the room with you. I don't really perceive that I have 10 weeks, right? You want something accelerated, you want something super hands-on, and you want as much of me loving you, guiding you, mentoring you, holding you, processing shit with you. We introduce Mind Magic Live. 5 days. So that whole 10 weeks that I just explained to you, we are going to do in an immersive, magnificent 5-star luxury hotel on the beach in Palm Beach over the course of 5 days. You will walk in as your current identity and you will leave as your next level identity, and you will change at the level of your cells. Virtual Mind Magic delivers the same outrageous results. I want to make sure I'm being clear. I wanted to do this because I'm craving it. because I want to teach everything live, because I want to be up in your business, because I want to be in a room with phenomenal, phenomenal women, affecting, creating, and guiding their change. So you get to choose if you want a longer, more held 10-week paced container. You get to opt for the virtual semester that starts March 3rd. If you want Tracy on fire, rapid acceleration. I want to do this. I want to be in my next level identity. I want to have the embodiment practices, and you want it fast and hard. 5 days of embodiment, then you're going to choose Mind Magic Live. And I made it easy because it's the same tuition. It's $5K for either. You get to choose, and both of the links are in the show notes. If you want to chat with me about it, if you have questions, just DM me on Instagram at the Tracy Litt, and we will be there to support you every step of the way. Until next time, remember, there's always more love. You are not your mind. And please stop believing any thoughts that you think.